In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 add-ons that will really help you with gold making in Modern Warcraft. Let's get right into it. Starting off with number 1, it's going to be TSM. Now TSM is basically an auction house add-on which does a whole heap of things, from listing items to like knowing the prices of items to you can craft items, or with just a click of a button it will like get all the materials, everything like that. This does a whole heap of things, this add-on, and is by far the very best auction house add-on that I do recommend for gold making. So they've got an in-game add-on which you're seeing right here, and then they've got the in-game auction house which is part of the add-on, and then also you'll have to download a app to your computer, which is the TSM app, which basically finds all the prices on all the realms and will keep it up to date for you. So this is what it looks like inside TSM. As you can see, you can make groups where you can post certain things. So for an example, this is on my glyph maker and my enchanter. So let's just check the mail for the undercuts. We'll get some of them out and we'll post some of them up with TSM, and I'll show you how it works. So with TSM, it's going to give you all this information about the product and about every single item. So as you can see, it gives like a minimum buyout, a market value, historical price, region market value average, and then it has your region sale average, and then it has your region sale rate, which is how much this item will sell, so you know if it's actually worth selling. Then down under crafting, it actually will have how much it costs to craft and then the profits. So there's a whole heap of things you can actually like do with TSM. It will take you a good week or so of playing around with it to learn absolutely everything.
This stuff sells itself.
But just for an example here, let's run a post scan. And so this will scan through all the items that I have, and then if they meet my groups, my criterias of how much profit to make, things like that, how many I want posted at once, it will actually scan through, and then I can simply click the macro click a macro from TSM, and it's going to list up all of them automatically for me, as you can see, and then it just posts them all up just like that. So it's very, very simple.
If you ever need any.
And now with TSM, another huge thing is the crafting portion. It will actually tell you the profits. You can queue in a whole heap of things you want to do. You can make TMS groups where you actually make, say you set up a group where you want one glyph all the time that is making say 10 gold profit. You can actually put that into a group, put all the glyphs into a thing, and there you go. So these are some that we need to restock right now that do actually make a profit. So you can simply click on to gather, would go to gather, let's close the old one, and would go open task list. So this will bring up exactly what we need to make them items. So as you can see, we go to the auction house and we can buy the golden pigments, 5 of them, and then we're going to open this up and we're going to craft the jade fire ink and the lion's ink, and then that is going to be enough to make them 2 glyphs that are profiting. So that is the first add-on I highly recommend for gold making in World of Warcraft. Alrighty, before we get into number 2, if you would like a whole heap of gold making farms, secrets, tips and tricks, things like that, I have my own gold making guide. Will be the first link down in the description box below. But anyways, let's jump on to number 2, which is going to be Loot Appraiser. Now what Loot Appraiser does, it's going to give you a notification up on your screen of whenever you get an item that you put over the threshold. So for an example, let's go into our settings for it. So we've got Loot Appraiser. We've got ours set at, I believe, so anything over 1 gold, it is going to pop up a notification in the middle of your screen where you'll actually see what you've looted and how much it is worth. And now this pairs together with TSM, and you can set the region market value or the market value. So the market value is just your realm, then the region market value average is all the realms, right? So there's a few things you can do with this. You can also auto sell, which is very, very handy. So you can sell all the trash, and you can actually spam click it and destroy the loot, the trash loot that you do not longer want. So you don't have to go get your mount out to sell them, or like go to a town to sell your junk. You can simply just delete it with one click of a button. So I'll show you actually how. how Loot Appraiser works. So you can find out the per hourly amount of gold you are making with this. It tracks the time, it's going to track your loot altogether. So we'll just do a quick metatomes run here, and I'll show you some of how it works. So let's get some loot. There you go. So it's going to pop up in the middle, and it's also going to track on the side there. We'll just get a item that's worth a bit more. The boss, they should all come to us. Alright, we should get something here. It's worth decent. Well, we didn't really, but we got a mode of shadows, so that's 25 gold. So you get the picture, you get the idea of how this add-on works. Very, very handy. There we go, 851 gold. We got a transmog item, so that is knocked the price up to 900 gold total. So that is the second add-on that I recommend when god making in World of Warcraft. Alrighty, going on to number 3 now, and that is going to be faster loot. So what faster loot does is basically in the name. It's going to make your loot faster. So it's not going to bring up the loot window. It's literally just going to loot it, and it's in your inventory done. See, like the loot window that normally pops up, which takes like a few seconds to load and a few seconds to like pop up even. You don't even have that. Well, you have it for 1 split second just then, but sometimes you don't even have it. That is how fast this add-on loots. So it is called faster loots. So I highly recommend that. If you're out world farming, transmog farming, just anything to do with looting, I highly recommend getting this add-on. It's going to save a lot of time in the long run. The 4th add-on I recommend for gold making in World of Warcraft is Bagnon, which makes your bags look like this. You can track your gold on all your characters, so you can keep track of what you've got. You can search items on different characters. You can search in the bank. You can clear up all your bags with a click of a button. It's a very, very, very good add-on to keep track of all the items you've got, especially if you're like into professions where you're going to have a whole heap of different items in your inventory or in your bags that you're going to need to keep track of. Now this is the best way to keep track of all of that, because you can place them where you want them, you can put them in the right order, everything like that. I highly recommend this add-on right here, which is called Bagnon, so with a N-O-N after bag. So that is the 4th add-on I recommend for gold making. Alright, the 5th and final add-on I recommend for any gold farmer, especially if you're out there doing like mining, skinning, herbing, things like that, is actually going to be GatherMate 2. And you're going to want GatherMate 2 data, and that is going to have all the data of all the different routes for your herbs, your mines, your gas clouds, your archaeology, your treasures, your fishing locations. Everything like that is going to be inside of GatherMate. So it's just going to make it a lot easier to find the routes, where to go, and where to find the things that you want to farm. So guys, that is all 5 of the add-ons that I recommend for making gold in World of Warcraft. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe. Also, the first link down below is going to be my gold making guide if you'd like to check that out. Anyways guys, until the next video, take care.